Welcome back to the Magnetic Boss Podcast. Today I'm going to be sharing the 4 R's of your brand evolution. And this is really a relevant topic for any entrepreneur out there who has a brand, whether it's a personal brand or you are building an agency, whatever it might be, because in entrepreneurship, you hear me say this a lot, your brand is going to evolve. Evolution is inevitable. And a lot of people get tripped up around this because they think that it has to really be this linear process, when in all reality, the creation process for your brand is going to be a really fluid, creative experience. It's not going to be something that you just start and finish and then you set it and forget it. I like to say that your brand is not a crockpot. We all love our crockpots, but this is an instance where you have to be paying attention to your evolution and really maintaining the way that your business is perceived. That at the end of the day is really what a brand is all about. So the very first R, I want to dive right into it today. This is going to be a quickie, but a jam-packed episode. So the first R in this process is not super sexy. It might not be incredibly fun, but you have to do your research. Now, this means researching your brand as it is right now, whether you have a fully established brand or not, and also researching other people in your industry who are doing what you are doing, and allowing yourself to get that creative inspiration. So a lot of the time, people will come to me and they feel completely lost when it comes to branding, right? This is a really complex and sometimes confusing idea that we are creating a brand, and how do we do that and where do we start? So I want you to start with the research. Really be thinking about not only the things that you love, that inspire you, that make you feel like you, but also the pieces of your business that are going to be speaking to your ideal client. So you really want to be having that clarity around who your ideal client is, aka the person that you really, really want to be working with. And you also want to be keeping that sense of personality in your brand. We really don't want you to have a brand that feels really stale and stagnant and it leaves you feeling uninspired. So it needs to be a nice combination of strategy and also intuition. What feels good for you? What feels in alignment? I know that's an overused word, but it's a good description here. And also be looking at what is happening in your industry. Do your research, go into Facebook groups, ask people that are within your niche, ask your colleagues, ask your biz bestie, ask your friends and family if that is relevant for your business, but really allow yourself to get this feedback from the external world, and also start pulse checking on your own internal guidance system, what feels good for you. So that's the first R, is to research. The next R in this evolution process is to give yourself time to review your research. So sit with your findings. Put everything that you are uncovering, that you are researching, on a piece of paper. I highly recommend that you do this on a real sheet of paper with a pen or a pencil or a marker, whatever your jam is, because this is going to give you some of that extra creativity. It's going to really allow you to feel expansive. Sometimes I find that if you are doing this brainstorming process and the researching process on the computer screen, it can feel a little restrictive. So allow yourself to have fun with this. Use some pretty colors. Make it really representative of your vision, your big vision for your business. So first, you're doing the research, and then you're reviewing this research, checking in with yourself, really asking yourself these yes or no questions. Does this feel good to me? Does this feel expansive? Is this a brand that I can grow into? Because we really want to be thinking big picture in this stage of the branding process. Okay, so research, review. The next R is to reinvent. So this is where the creation process for your brand, both your visual brand and your energetic brand, which I speak to quite often, So these are going to be the things that people can see and also the things that people can feel. This comes up in your messaging. This comes up in the language that you're using when you're speaking, the interactions that you're having with people, really understanding what that looks like, and then reinventing that version of your brand. So chances are you have a starting point, right? This is why we're doing the research. We're seeing what is currently working in your business. We are identifying the feelings that we want to create more of or create for the first time. And then we are understanding and implementing how we can reinvent that in our business. So it might look like editing and tweaking your social media graphics. It might look like doing a complete brand overhaul where you are updating your color palette, you are changing your fonts, you are adding new visual elements or tweaking the elements that you have. It might look like updating the copy on your website. There's a lot that can go into a rebrand, so really allow yourself to understand what the fundamentals are, what are the most important pieces, and then dig into that creation process. Allow yourself to reinvent. Okay, and then the final R in your brand evolution is going to be to review. And this is something that you can't, again, just do one time. A lot of times I work with clients and we go through the full process of the brand incubator, my one-on-one experience. We identify how they want their brand to make people feel. We create their visuals. We update their strategy, their marketing plan. And then they think that they are ready to smooth sail on forward for the unforeseeable future. And the truth is that the work that we do in the brand incubator and that you can do independently in your business, if that's where you're at, it is going to require you to review it on a regular basis. Because as with anything else in our business and in our personal lives, there is going to be a time where the scales are tipping and you are ready to level up, right? You're reaching a new stage in your business, whether that's a new revenue goal or it is a shift in the type of person that you are working with, or maybe you are restructuring your offers in your product suite. Whatever that looks like, anytime one of those indicators shows up that you are reaching a new stage of growth, you also want to be looking at your brand, especially your visual brand, because if your brand, the way that you are showing up, the way that you are making people feel, does not match up with your current goals, those expansive goals, you're going to hit a wall. You're going to feel like something is blocking you from reaching that new level of success. And the more clarity and certainty that you can have in the way that you are showing up in the world, the easier it will be for you to manifest and receive the things that you desire. So if you are showing up and there is something off in your energy, even if you are not directly sharing with your audience that something is off or you're reaching this new stage and things feel uncomfortable, they're still going to pick up on it. Your energy is literally everything. The energy that you put behind your Instagram posts, the energy that you have when you are in a launch, the way that you're showing up on Instagram stories, everything that you do in your business is going to be a reflection of your energy. And so having this confidence in your brand, allowing this evolution process and being really intentional about it is going to give you that foundation to stand on when it comes to your mindset and when it comes to showing up in your highest potential for your brand. Okay, so to quickly review, I want to wrap this up. I hope you took notes. Make sure that you save this episode, share it with somebody that you think it would be helpful for. So to review, the first R is to research. Take some time to research your current brand and the opportunities that may be out there for you, whether that's market research for your audience or taking a look at what other people in your industry are doing. Once you have your research, you want to review that research and really sit with it. Allow yourself to do the gut check. Does this feel right to me? Does this feel expansive for me? And then you're going to begin the reinvention process where you're going to go in, update your visuals, maybe tweak your messaging, tweak the way that you are showing up in your marketing plan, and allow yourself to implement the things that you were planning behind the scenes. And then last but not least, you are going to refine. You are going to allow yourself to make tiny tweaks to let this evolution process, again, be fluid. This is not going to be step 1, 2, and 3 and you're done. You may have to go back and tweak some things based on the feedback that you're getting from your audience, based on the way that you are internally feeling. And so really allow yourself to be flexible in that branding process. So I hope this was helpful for you. I wanted to share the 4 R's of brand evolution with you. I do have a post over on Instagram. If you are a visual learner, if you want to see a diagram of this and all of these steps written out, you can go follow me on Instagram at Calandra Martin, at calandra.martin. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I really want you to feel rock solid in this so that you can start attracting and magnetizing your dream clients.